welcome back to That's It. So yesterday I called one of my best friends to wish her daughter a happy birthday, which she turned 5 yesterday. I can't believe that time has gone so fast. Like, I just remember holding her in my hand as a peanut, as an infant, and now she's just a 5-year-old amazing girl, which I'm completely blessed that I got to watch her grow up and be this young little girl, very vibrant, very fun, beautiful, full of spirit and everything. And so I wished her a happy birthday, told her that her birthday present is going to be in the mail, that she should get it sometime this week or next week. So it's just amazing, to wish her a happy birthday. And I can't believe she's 5 years old. Like, wow. And then she went to go play with her other playmates. But then my best friend and I were like, trying to play catch up and just, tell each other about things that's been going on in our life, because, we haven't talked in a minute because we've been like so super busy with our lives. And then just catching up on things. And she told me that she was like really bothered and upset that, the comments that Kanye West had made last Friday on his ex Twitter. And I kind of heard like bits and pieces about it, but I didn't fully, go into it or dive into the comment that he made last Friday. And it was really upsetting to my best friend because, her fiance is Jewish and her daughter's Jewish and her daughter goes to a Jewish school and everything. And I know a few Jewish friends as well. So when she told me the things that he said, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's just so anti-Semitic and just very violent for Kanye to say that. I'm like, didn't he said some crazy thing a year ago that he was going to go DEF-CON on Jewish people and something like that? And then he did a interview with Piers Morgan uncensored to find out, why he said the things that he said. Like, was he under the influence? Did something happen to him? Long story short, I know he had a few assistants or managers that was Jewish that was working for Kanye West, and then he was like telling people on his platform and Piers Morgan that one of them was trying to drug him, that they will completely drug him, and I'm just paraphrasing, that he would never see his kids again or his kids would never recognize him, and one of them was Jewish. And and Piers Morgan asked him, like, do you apologize to stuff that he said? And then he kind of like double down playing and like, yeah, I kind of apologize, but I don't. And I'm like, and then looking back and watching that interview, and I'm like, he's not sorry. He's very content of what he said, and in that comment that he made against Jewish people, he really meant it. He's not really sorry. He was just double down playing it to apologize. So when my best friend told me about that, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to look into this. And sure enough, I did. And the comments that he made on his ex Twitter is just disgusting. Like, I'm all for free speech here. You know what I mean? I'd be the first person, like, free speech is important. It's good to, to tell your side of the story, to give your free speech, because it is your First Amendment rights. However, with that being said, by talking about like active violence and saying these mean, hurtful things against the Jewish community, that's where I draw the line. That's when I condemn it, and that is unacceptable for me, because I don't like that, because I have Jewish friends, and the Jewish community, they've been through a lot in their life, okay? Like, millions of people were Holocaust and dead and gas chambers, and women, children, and men by the disgusting evil man Hitler, okay, that did this to these people. And for Kanye to like, make these comments about, these made offensive comments against the Jewish community is disgusting. It's just disgusting. And I'm gonna read to you the few comments that he made. I was just very shocked, ashamed, and embarrassed for him to say something like that. And you have to be very careful what you say, especially with Kanye. He has a large follower in his platform, and young men look up to him. Young boys, that's turning into men, like in their 19s to 20s, and the things that he says, these young impressionable young boys, they look up to her and they're thinking that it's okay to start an act of violence against Jewish people that, Jewish people have been through so much in their life. Not saying that, Christian, people haven't, or Catholic or Muslim, we all have. But for him to say these comments against the Jewish community is unacceptable. And he has to be very careful with that, because people, they're young. Obviously people like me or you, we won't do acts of violence against Jewish people or anybody. But when you have a young and impressionable person who looks up to Kanye and looks up to other, artists and celebrities, they're going to take their word face value and act on it. And that's something that you have to be careful for, even though you're not role models, but to them, they're your role models, because they see it in their eyes that, oh, this is my role model. This is the person that I want to be. I want to emulate this person. And that's why it's super important that you got to watch what you say. I'm all for free speech again. I'm all for saying what you need to say. But when it comes to active violence, that's when I'm not okay with. Point blank, period. And I just want to be very clear on that. So I'm going to read to you the few comments that he made on his ex Twitter post on Friday in the morning. So this is what he said. Jewish community, the most severe of which said, I love Hitler and I am a Nazi. Like, has he lost his mind? I love Hitler. So basically, in my mind, you're okay for what Hitler has been doing to these people, to these Jewish people, and you're and I am a Nazi. Like, are you kidding me? Like, Kanye has lost his mind. And then the earlier post that he posted, I am never apologizing for Jewish comments. I can say whatever the beep I want, say forever. Where my effing apology for my freezing my account, I guess because, the first anti-Semitic that he said about he was going to go DEFCON on Jewish people, his account got frozen. The next thing he said is following that, saying Jewish people don't run me no more. In one post he wrote, some of my best friends are Jewish and I don't trust them. I don't trust any of them, pardon me. Follow them. I don't trust them, excuse me. Followed by a laughing, crying emoji. In another post he posted, I'm buying 2 Maybachs tomorrow. Adding, Amaya, make the Jewish people who's selling it to me read all these tweets and I bet you see me whipping Maybachs. So my understanding of this, like, he's saying it's okay to whip Jewish people like they're slaves. That he's okay with that. What kind of message is he sending to young men, to people out there, that it's okay to whip Jewish people? We're not in slavery anymore. I guarantee you, if it was a white man saying that it's okay to whip a young girl or a young boy, you guys would be outraged, pissed off. But it's okay for this man, Kanye West, to say that about Jewish people, which is not okay. But some people are saying, oh, that's just how he is. He doesn't really mean it. How do you know? How do you know what people mean when they say things like that? You're not in their head. You don't live with them 24/7. You have no idea what they're saying. So I don't want to hear that when people are saying, oh, he doesn't mean it. He's just trying to get clicks and likes because, he was not really irrelevant and no one hasn't been talking about him because he hasn't been in the United States for a very long time. He's been in Tokyo, Japan, and now he came back to the States to go to this Grammy with his wife, Bianca, and now people are talking about him because he made his wife do this crazy thing, go butt ass naked in a red carpet in a Grammy. And, maybe because a lot of people are talking about, what's his name, the rapper that performed in the Super Bowl? It's in the tip of my tongue. Kendrick Lamar, excuse me, and this beef with Drake, which I have no idea what's the beef between those two. I've been hearing talk about that as well with Kendrick Lamar and Drake, and now Kanye West is trying to be in the mix of it, which is totally ridiculous. But moving on, the other thing that Kanye West has mentioned in his post, I don't even know what the anti-Semitic means. It's just some bullshit Jewish people made up to protect their bullshit, the rapper said in a separate post. Another thing that he posted, all white people are racist and Jewish people actually hate white people and use black people. Another thing he said, I love when Jewish people come to me and say they can't work with me anymore in my favor. Another thing that he said, that his account was previously suspended at least twice in the past because of his first comment that he made against Jewish people, that he was going to go DEFCON on them. So that's why he got canceled. Like, listen, this man, he has not lost his mind. He's not under their influence. Clearly, he knew what he was doing. He's probably trying to promote or his new music that he's trying to do, that he's been working on. Listen, I'm all about, promoting and doing what you need to do, to get yourself hyped up, to get some attention. But when it comes to saying offensive things against Jewish community, that's when I draw the line. And a lot of people should draw the line and basically cut Kanye West off, because now he's just out of control. He has lost his mind. He said some crazy, outrageous things last Friday, and it's just crazy. And the more things that I feel like he lost his mind, because it's a comment that he made on February 7th on his Twitter. He said, I have dominion over my wife. This ain't no woke as feminist shit. She's with a billionaire, okay? So basically, my understanding of half of what I just read, basically like, I have control of my wife and she's going to say or do whatever I want because I'm a billionaire, okay? Why would she listen to any of you dumb, blank, broke, beep? People say the red carpet look was her decision. Yes, I don't make her do anything she doesn't want to do, but she definitely wouldn't have been able to do it without my approval, you stupid beep, woke pawns. I have no respect, pardon me, or empathy for anyone living, cause no one living can beep with me. But I do love some people, and I give them favor. Like, what the hell? Like, he has completely lost his mind, you guys. Completely lost his mind. And what really, really was disturbing, that he saying that Sean Diddy Combs should be free. Basically, that he shouldn't be locked up. And I'm like, what's happening here? He had beef with Sean Diddy Combs for the last 3 years. What changed now? Now you're buddy with Sean Diddy Combs and now you think that he should be free? Like, I don't know. Cuckoo for Cuckoo Pops. Like, I don't know what's going on with Kanye West. Again, he doesn't seem like he's under their influence. He seems like he's very elusive and he's all there and he knows what he's saying and doing. And I don't know. That's just very weird to me, that now you are okay with Sean Diddy Combs doing the things that he's allegedly has been doing. That makes no sense to me. And as far as him having dominions over his wife, listen, okay, no man should have their wife go out there and the red carpet in public when there's paparazzis and cameras, and then she's not half naked, she's fully naked. She had nothing on. That's not even a dress. That's nothing. You can see her wazoo, you can see her breast. The woman was fully naked, and she went along with it because, like Kanye West said, he has control over her, okay? And I just want to be very clear. This is not against white women, but I bet you, guarantee you, if it was a black, strong, level-headed woman, not saying white women are not level-headed, but what I'm saying, if it was a black woman, we would not be tolerating that. We would tell our husband to kick rocks and we're getting a divorce. If my husband ever told me that, he's done, he's finished. And the thing is, our body is meant for our husband, for his eyes to see, not the whole world. For Bianca to do that, again, I don't know if this woman had children by Kanye or a past relationship. That's in the internet forever. It's not going to go away, okay? That's going to be in social media and everything. And I just don't understand how Twitter can allow that to be posted, because she's fully naked. And there's young women and men that goes in Twitter, that's in Instagram. I know that you can't do that on Facebook or YouTube, but there's certain platforms that they're okay showing this woman butt-ass naked. And it's not okay. It's not okay. I wish that she would have speak up and say, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. You're my husband. My body is for your eyes, not the whole world. But I guess, like Kanye West, he has control over her, and what he says goes, which is really disgusting and degrading. It really is. And for him to say that he can bitch slap a woman and stuff like that, like that's sending a wrong message to young men. That's saying to young men that it's okay for their girlfriends or husbands to go out in public and be butt ass naked, for the whole world to see your wife or your girlfriend wazoo in breasts. That's basically what Kanye is saying. And young men look up to this man and thinking that, oh, that's okay. It's okay to, say hurtful, bashful things about Jewish people. That could start violence, you guys. And I just don't understand why people don't see that. Oh, he's just playing around. He's just joking. How do you know? You're not in someone's head. You're not in someone's head when they say crazy, outrageous things, okay? I can say a lot of crazy bullshit things, but how do you know if I'm really not telling the truth? How do you know if I'm joking or not? How do you know if I'm like really dead ass serious? Unless you know someone for a very long time, I'm saying a very long time, you just don't know. You're just making an assumption, oh, he's just joking around. That's not what he meant. He's just saying that just to, get some buzz or get some promotion, stuff like that. You don't know. You don't know what people are capable of, what they say. And words have meaning. Words have values. People take people's words face value, and people need to understand that. And like I keep saying, I am all for free speech, but what I'm not okay with is violence and saying things against Jewish people, Catholic people, Christian people, Muslim. I'm not okay with that. I condemn it 100%. You just don't say things so cruel. And what happened to these Jewish people in the Holocaust is just absolutely wrong. Where's the respect? Where is the respect for these people, the survivors who survived through that, went through hell? And for Kanye West to say that is despicable. People should drop him, okay? Drop him. And the thing is, Kanye West have children. His children is going to be seeing this when they're older. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of Kim Kardashian, but I'm glad she dropped him and divorced him, because he is out of his mind. He has lost his mind. For him to say all these foolishness things, it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And I'm going to pray for this man that our Lord and Savior will help this man and cleanse him and cleanse his mind. And for a man who said that he's in Christ or he believes in Jesus Christ, that's not a man who believes in Jesus Christ. This is pure evil. When he said that he loves Hitler, he's a Nazi, that is not a man of God, okay? I'm sorry. He's not a man of God. He has lost his mind. He has turned evil. That's an evil thing to say about Jewish people, because I have Jewish friends. One of my nieces is Jewish, that I love very much, that I would do anything for her to protect her, okay? I would lay my life for her, and my best friend knows that. And for him to say that hurts me through her, even though she's 5 years old and she has no idea, because she's a child, you know what I mean? An innocent, human being. But I condemn Kanye West. I condemn the things that he said. He's disgusting. He has no respect, and he should apologize to the Jewish community of what he said, making t-shirts and all this stuff. Like, he just promoting it, thinking that it's okay. I'm sorry. And I know people are going to justify, well, he didn't mean it. I know him so well. It doesn't matter. He shouldn't say things like that, period. He should have learned his lesson the first time around when he acted up and said all these crazy things. I'm going to go DEFCON on Jewish people. And now this is the worst. This is an embarrassment for the Black community on his part. And he doesn't even he said he doesn't care if he lost millions or whatever, good. He should just go to Montana or somewhere and just hide underneath the rock with his wife and disappear, because no one doesn't care. I don't care. And I used to love his music. I used to listen to his music. Now I have no respect for the man. I really don't. I have no respect for him, and he needs to kick rocks, go somewhere, draw closer to Jesus, and we just need to pray for him. And I'm moving on with this. So, Donald Trump, promise made, promise kept. So, come to find out, Mary Coggins, a chief of financial officer, got fired this morning, and she worked at FEMA. And guess how much she spent to the illegal migrants, okay? She was fired this morning, went against Trump's order not to fund these hotels in New York City. to house illegals, to the illegal migrants. And she did it anyway. $59 million, you guys. Okay, let's just wrap this around our heads. $50 million were spent on illegal migrants on luxury hotels in New York City. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. FEMA is supposed to be for natural disasters. So, natural disasters, luxury hotels, and food, whatever. That doesn't make any sense to me. Someone's been doing something shady, and now the truth is coming out. And I'm glad this woman, Mary Cogans, is fired, along with 3 other employees from the 2 programs for the analysis and the grant specialist. They're also were fired too because they were doing some shady stuff. Can you imagine $59 million? That $59 million needs to go to the natural disaster. The people from Hawaii, North Carolina, California. Like, I don't understand this. Women and children and men were sleeping outside in the freezing cold in a tent, you guys, in North Carolina. And all Joe Biden was going to offer was the $700 and something, but then they were giving $59 million to illegal migrants for luxury hotels. Make it make sense to me. How is that right? It's wrong. It is so wrong. And they did this. And then they turn around to have the audacity to say there's no more money. All the money was gone when they were actually lying. All the money was given to the illegal migrants. I'm just so happy they're no longer here. I'm so happy that ICE is deporting them all because it's disgusting. They've been getting free reign, free money of everything for the last 4 years. Enough is enough. Now the money needs to go to these victims, to these people who've been suffering and have never been like forgotten. Like the Joe Biden administration forgot about these people. Instead, they've been giving money to these illegal migrants for why? Just to get votes? But they end up losing anyway because they're not in the White House anymore. They're done. They're gone. And for them to just stop caring about the American people that were suffering in North Carolina and the people in California and Hawaii, which we don't even talk about as much, it's just sad and it's wrong and it's pathetic that these Congress people and the Democrats were doing this to these American people that were suffering, and babies were dying in the freezing cold. People were dying. But then you give these money to these immigrants who didn't have to work at all. You give them free money, free range. It doesn't make it. I'm just totally disgusted by this. I'm totally disgusted. And now the truth is coming out. Now people are getting upset. Elizabeth Warren and this other woman, I forgot her name, this black woman, bald head, I can't remember her name, who protests against Elon Musk, that Elon Musk has to go, or he has no business working in the Department of Education. He has no business in U.S. Treasury, when he's the one who exposing all the truth, when he did a conference meeting yesterday at the Oval Office with Donald Trump and explaining to the reporters what he has found, what he has witnessed. And there's receipts to back it up. And then when you present the receipts to the Democrats who've been protesting against Elon Musk, they had nothing to say. They're running. There was one reporter, I forgot his name, and I did post it on my YouTube page, that he was actually in a question, not an other word. They were just completely mute. They had so much to say in their protest against Elon Musk that he has to go. Big balls should not be looking at the finances stuff. But then when the proof is coming out, when they have receipts to back it up, Elizabeth Warren had nothing to say. She just kept running. And then this other woman just kept walking with her assistants and people behind her, and they'll have nothing to say. The irony. Nothing to say, huh? Because people having receipts. What can they say? They can't justify it. They need to be taken accountable for their actions. They should be arrested, to be honest with you. They should be arrested. Their bank accounts should be frozen, and all that money that were given to them, they should be giving it to the people that were suffering during the hurricane, the fires, everything. They should be prosecuted. They should be held accountable. Because I'm telling you, if it was one of us didn't pay the IRS, or if we didn't have records, or if it was not in the books, they will question us and say, what have you been doing with the money? And then they will make their own conclusion that we did something bad, X, Y, and Z. But it's okay not to question them or ask them, well, where's the books? Where's the records? There was nothing. There was nothing in the computer, nothing at all to have a paper trail. So how is that right? that they can't question these people that have been stealing, fraud, corruption. But if it was the American people like me and you, we'd be questioned, we'd be arrested. They would add interest rates to our IRS. So how is that fair? And it's not fair, and it's not right, and it's totally disgusting. And it just makes me so angry that they've been getting away with this for the last 4 years or decades. And now they're being exposed and they have nothing to say now. They had so much to say in the protests, but now they don't have nothing to say. So I'm glad that Donald Trump and Elon Musk is finding more things and getting rid of them. They all need to be fired. And to be honest with you, the judges, I don't know why they put in their 2 cents in. I feel like the judges are corrupt too, because why would they allow to try to shut everything down without actually getting the proof or the evidence or fact check everything? So to me, in my opinion, I feel like the judges are corrupted too. I feel like they're in on it, because who in their right mind will go against Donald Trump? He made the executive orders to do the things that he said that he was promised to do. So I don't know why the judges are against it. But again, the judges are in the Democrats' pockets, and then they're going to do what they're saying because they're crying wolf, but they're realizing that they can't do it. You can't stop what's about to happen. You cannot, because there's too much proof. There's too much of it. They can't hide it anymore. Enough is enough. And the Democrats need to get on board here. They need to get on board and accept the process, accept that things are going to be happening, accept that things are going to change for the better for the American people, because we deserve answers and we deserve better. We don't deserve the 4 years or the decades that we've been going through. Us, brothers and sisters working our asses off to make ends meet and putting food on the table, to make sure that our children are fed, make sure that the lights are on, make sure, we have gas in our car to go to work. It's enough. And then you have all these people who work from home and did absolutely nothing, getting paid all this money, all these illegal migrants getting all these luxury hotels, all these prepaid card for food, free medical health care, housing, all that. How's that fair? And they did absolutely nothing but mooch off our taxpayer money. Enough is enough. I'm tired of it. I really am. And I'm glad that things are changing and things are turning around. And Democrats need to get on board, because they've been lying, stealing, corrupting for years. And now they're being exposed of their dirty little secret. And I had enough of this shit. Excuse my language. Enough of it. Okay? But lying. Can you imagine? $59 million, you guys. 59. All that money, like I said, should go to the people. And I hope and pray that President Trump dismantle FEMA. FEMA should be gone. It should be done and over with, because they've been lying for so many years. They have not helped people when they've been going through natural disasters. They have not. And FEMA needs to go. It needs to go. It's just pathetic. It needs to go. And I hope they get rid of it. And the thing I don't understand about, the far left, and the people are complaining that, the egg prices is still high, the cost of living and gas. I'm like, where were you people when Joe Biden and Kamala Harris was in the White House? You did not say one word. You did not even freaking complain at all. Now that Trump is in office and he's making things happen, clearly he's making things happen. It hasn't even been 100 days, okay, you guys? And you're complaining that eggs are still high. Like, where were you complaining when Joe Biden was president? Okay, he was not even our president, to be honest with you. The man was declined. His mental health was declined. And I'm not making fun of his mental health, because that's a very serious thing. But they lied to us, saying that he was okay, he's fine. He just was under the weather because of COVID, which that was all a lie, because we all witnessed the decline of his mental health, okay? He did not run the country for the last 4 years. We don't know who did. Definitely was not Kamala, because she can't even think for herself. All she does is just give word salad. So all this manipulation and all this, trying to make us feel like we're dumb and we're stupid and we don't know what's going on, when all this time that you guys ain't complaining about none of that stuff. And now that Trump is in office and you're complaining about price of the eggs, don't get me wrong. He knows about the inflation. He's totally aware of it, and he's going to fix that situation, okay? You mark my words. He had 4 years into this. He is going to fix the inflation. He knows about the egg prices, the cost of living, and gas. And like I said, the gas prices, it's going down a little bit. But don't be a hypocrite, okay, with your hypocrisy, because you didn't complain when Joe Biden was president. Forget that. He was not even president in the first place. Whoever was in office. You didn't complain. You didn't say nothing. And now that Trump is making things happen and he's keeping his promise, and now you're just going to like tear him down because the egg prices is still high. Like, boy, bye. Girl, bye. I don't want to hear that crap, okay? You're just mad because he's been making things happen, and it hasn't been 100 days compared to Joe Biden, who was not our president for the last 4 years. They didn't make shit happen, especially Kamala Harris. They didn't do anything but just giving our tax-paying dollars to illegal migrants. So you can thank Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for that, okay? And the open borders. You should thank them for that. But will they do that? No. They're just going to blame Trump for all this stuff. But you know what? The American people voted for Trump, and he's making things happen. We all see it. I'm happy. I'm thrilled. I'm so blessed and grateful that I voted for him, among other people too. So I don't want to hear it, what other people have to say, especially the people from The View. Those women are ridiculous. I can't believe they still have that show. It should be canceled. They make no sense. These women make no sense. It is word salad. Again, word salad like Kamala Harris. And I don't know how that show still exists. Those women are pathetic, but I don't even want to waste my breath talking about them because they're just useless in my opinion. But I guess, when you have a big platform like that, and a big audience, you can just say whatever you want and people just believe you like a drop of dime. Anything you say, they just believe you. It's just pathetic. But anyway, that's all I have to say about that. That's it. Let me know your thoughts and comments about it. Please, if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And seriously, let me know, how do you feel about like Kanye West and his offensive comments that he made to the Jewish community, and then saying that he controlled his wife and making his wife do things. Basically, like, she doesn't have a voice. Like, she's basically like a slave to him. And that's very sad. And that's sending a wrong message to women, that it's okay for men to do that to us, which is not okay. I think for us women, we should always, have boundaries and speak our mind and let our husband or boyfriend know what's okay and what's not okay. And Kanye West think that it's okay for him to control his wife and for him to say or do whatever he wants with her, which is not right. It's like, that's your wife. She's not your property. She should be treated equal. And apparently he doesn't treat her equally. He just treat her like, I'm sorry to say, like a slave. And she just goes along with it, which I really feel sorry for her. And I definitely will pray for her as well, because no woman should be treated like that, period. Point blank. I don't care who you are, whether you're rich or a celebrity or a non-celebrity, no woman should not be treated like that, period. And it's just utterly sad, and I really feel bad for her. But anyway, let me know your thoughts about that and the whole FEMA thing as well. I just want to say thank you so much for listening and watching. I really appreciate you guys, and I love you all, and I will see you guys next time. That's it.